Hey guys, welcome back to Boost Hunter Garage. Today we're going to be talking about some intake horns here, a little bit of maintenance on the old white whale here before we do a big road trip with it. So we'll get right into it here. So I picked up this new intake horn here from Crazy Carl's Turbos here. And obviously this is a stock one sitting here. And so I guess we're kind of saying, are they worth it to buy one of these? An aftermarket one. You see lots of guys buy them. And the main reason I bought one at this point is this stock one here ended up cracking here on, and you can kind of see it coming through on the inside here. So I don't know if I over tightened this or what. I didn't notice it right away, and then the other day I noticed. Probably could have been fine for a while, but at the same time, I don't want to end up on the side of the road with or a major boost leak. I've seen with this thing, like when you blow a boot off, how you lose all power. And I think lots of guys are mistaken. I know when I first got into looking at different like diesel parts, you see these fancy intake horns and you're like, think it's going to be a big difference or something, and you spend your money on it. And as I got more into it and realized it's maybe not quite as big a, major thing you should jump on. If you're looking for a power gain and you're going to spend your money on it, I would save your money and go with something else. After seeing guys like Josh McCormick with Horse Torques Diesel running a stock intake horn like this, making over 2,000 horsepower. Guys like Will with power driven diesel with the Junker drag truck on a 12 valve making 1,500 on a stock intake horn. Maybe it's not quite as major. Your bigger restrictions are going to be in your head, especially this truck here. I still run the stock heater grid, so I'm going to have a big restriction there. Not to say that it wouldn't help to have better airflow. I mean, you always can, if you're more efficient, it's better. You can see how this aftermarket one, it's smooth right through, whereas the stock one, you got kind of neck down restriction there. So if you're going to have a better flow, obviously that's going to help. So I'm just saying, versus spend a bunch of money. So like that's the thing with why I went with the Crazy Carl's Turbos one is this thing was like $170 versus, you got the Banks ones and BD, a bunch of other brands, but they're like $600 to buy one of those. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they look good. And I mean, if you're buying it just for the looks, that's fine if that's what you're looking for. But do I think they have more of any more benefits necessarily over this one? I don't really think so. Not that I know anything, but that's just my 2 cents on it. So overall, I mean, this is a decent piece. Comes with some bungs in it, 1/8-inch bungs if you want to, add anything, whether you're adding a boost gauge or different things like that. Comes with the plugs for them, so I'm just going to throw the plugs in because I don't need them. Comes with some fresh new hardware for it with the plugs and a new gasket for it. So we're going to go ahead, throw this thing on, and I got some other maintenance. I'm going to change the oil, the Airdog filters. I need to rotate the tires on this thing too. So we'll get right into it here and get this thing mounted up and see how she looks. So, which one of these two do you think is the front or the back? I think I had a problem where my brake and the throttle pedal were sticking at the same time when I left my buddy's wedding the other weekend. Yeah, as we were pulling the highway there, it just seemed to stick, and now I got to rotate them. So it's safe to say I should probably get some new tires on order here. All right, guys, we got the new intake horn mounted up. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll admit it's not like the best fitment, in little ways, a little off here, but not a big deal. Overall, I'm happy with it. So we got that in, got the tires rotated, we got the oil changed, and we changed the filters on the Airdog. One thing I want to mention about the Airdog filters there is they want you to fill them up with diesel just like you'd fill up your oil filter. Obviously, I didn't have like a jug of diesel here, so all I did there was just change the filters out, and then I popped off the fitting, the supply line to the top of my CP3 there, you seen, and put it in a bucket, and just cycled the truck so that the pump would run. So we push all that air out of there that would be in the system and get it primed up, and if there was maybe a little bit of debris there, it would push it out. So that's all we did. Got that all up, and we should be good here for our road trip coming up, and all fresh fluid. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.